in there. No. Hey, Pops. Pops. You doing a video. Wait, how can you do a video with the next one?
Hey, check for me, see if it's on. See if I'm on live. Shit, weird. They done switch this thing up.
You're on. I hear anything.
Angela. Okay. You know when my dogs attack in the one house? There's houses around here.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Call Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakat, Kodash, double honors, apostles, elders, great millstone, ruler, teach well, peace, salutation to all you occupant in the four corners of the earth. Hey, I'm Yaquad from YSO, Yahweh Shah, sanctified ones, and I want to come to you with a quick video. It's going to be real quick, maybe 5 minutes or so. But I was just looking. We know what's going on in the Middle East. We know in the so-called Middle East, Western Asia. We know everything that's happening with Iran. They're just consistently dropping bombs on the Israelis. The Israelis trying to, fight back, but they've been really starting to devastate Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv has been getting hit hard. Haifa, the oil fields. They've really been doing the. Iran really finally has woken up and started fighting back. Okay. And we really come into a time to where, whether if you understand or you don't understand, or you know it if you don't know it, this is really the end of Babylon. This is really, see, in the World War III, that third war, this really is the end for Babylon, because they're not talking peace. They said no peace agreement. Trump tried to tell Iran to surrender. So Iran said there is no surrender. There is no peace. They're not going to do a ceasefire. They're here to do a job now. They've been woken up. And it probably was a great thing to do, is because the fact that they killed off all the Israelis, you might, the scriptures say, I think it's not Isaiah, but I think it's Genesis 49, I believe. It says it, you, or 50, and it says, you meant this for my bad, but the Lord had turned it for my good. And the Israelis thought that killing off half of their higher ranking, the IRGC, the higher ranking military men, the captains and colonels and lieutenants and generals, and they killed them off, and killing off some of them medical scientists. They figured that, that it was a great thing, that, oh yeah, we rocked Iran. But what they did, the Lord probably made them do it to get them out of the way, because they was probably slowing Iran down. And now you got the younger crowd come in, and they ain't bullshitting. See, so you have younger leaders. Now they had to step up, right? Because when you get older, men get older, they don't really feel like they ain't in the mood. But these young guys, man, they're ready to go whip some ass, So, sometimes you bite off more than you can chew. And that's what the Israelis has done. Now they begging America to come in and help. And so America is sending some B-52 bombers over. And I read up on the site where it said basically the nuke, they're getting ready to, they're probably going to they feeling like America's going to use a tactical nuclear weapon. Right. And tactical nuclear weapon sounds like, oh, wait, like that's like something small. It's not small. It's a nuke. OK, but it's just a smaller tonnage of a nuke. It's not the big heavy tonnage. It's a small tonnage that they'll use to try to minimize the collateral damage. Right. It'll be a nuke, but it'll be a smaller nuke where the damage won't spread so far. Right. So they're not going to send that megaton over there. They'll send them. They're going to try to hit them with a lower level nuclear weapon with less, force, but still it's a nuke nonetheless, right? So it's the time we in. So I just want to go right here, right quick, And damn, it was something else that site said. What did it say? It said, oh, the Doomsday's plane was in the air. You know what I mean? Doomsday plane, like, you know, everything is working out to be, it's just fitting for the end. You know, everything is coming full fruition, right? Everything's coming full force, you know, and it's coming quick. It's coming suddenly, you know, because it came suddenly, you know. So, but right quick, let me go here. This is Jeremiah 51. It's Jeremiah chapter 51, verse, I'm going to start at 33. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies, Yahweh, the power of Israel, Yahweh, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Okay. And that's the time that we're in. So Babylon is getting ready for that time to be threshed, right? The Lord is getting ready as he's putting the hooks into the jaws of Babylon and pulling Babylon over into the fight. Salakia. Yeah, as he's pulling Babylon over to the fight, hey, Babylon is going to get threshed. Okay, this is the time for Babylon to get back everything that it has put out to the nations of this world. You know. Hold on, I got this other scripture. This is let's see. No, that's not what I want. Yeah, right. Quick. This is Isaiah chapter 17, and I'm gonna just start at 1. The burden of Damascus, right in that land over there. You know, you got Damascus over there, Tel Aviv, and we know that they've been the Israelis has been. Persia has been pounding Tel Aviv. The burden of Damascus. Behold, Damascus is taken away from being a city. And when we think about and look at it, Israel, the Israelis, right? It's not Israel, it's the Israelis. The land of our land is the land of Israel. But the Israelis is being in that land, and they're going to become as a city as Damascus. They're going to become, they're going to be taken away, right? And taken away from being a city, and it shall be a ruinous heap. See, and that same thing that happened to Damascus is going to be the same thing that happens to Israel, right? To that land, right? The cities of Ararah are shaken. They shall be for flocks, which shall lie down, and none shall make them afraid. So Babylon is going to be rocked, right? It's going to be shaken. They're going to be shaken. They're going to be made afraid. They're going to be in fear, which they already are, because people's already running around hollering and welling, you know, because of all the missiles and all the strikes and people running, you know, begging when this is going to end, and, you know, but it's not going to end, because why? This is prophecy. It's meant to come. It's meant to come to pass. Right, this world has to come. This world, meaning this kingdom, right? Esau's kingdom. It has to get shaken. It has to come to an end. Okay, it cannot be anymore. Right. Yeah, let me get this right quick. This is let me get this right. Think about it. This is Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel chapter 35. Yeah, I'm gonna start at 1. This is Ezekiel 35 and 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, Set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. And that's what we do, right? We come and teaching and telling about the end of Esau's kingdom. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord power of hosts, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Right? And that's what this is all about. This is because Esau's got to pay for all the devastation, all the destruction, all the wickedness that he has put upon this earth. Okay? I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste. And right now, those cities over there as the Israeli cities, they're being laid to waste. Okay? They're getting, Tel Aviv is getting tore up. And they said they about to get ready to hit, they were saying that the Israelis was, not the Israelis, but the Iranians, which are the Persians, was trying to get ready to hit what's that? Not Damascus. I got Damascus in my brain because I just read that scripture. But where the Israelites at? Dimona, right? Dimona, Israel, and that's something else, because they talk about putting some hypersonic missiles up in Dimona. So them is them, and that's where their nuclear facilities are. They got some nuclear facilities in Dimona and also the Iron Dome. And the Iron Dome has not been working the way it was working before because now they got them hypersonic missiles, and it's hard to stop them, right? So the Lord is controlling them and just banging them down, right? So I will stretch out my hand against thee, and this is a part of the Lord stretching his hand out against Esau, Edom, okay? And then also you got Russia gonna come into play, China gonna come in, and China sent out a warship. Matter of fact, China sent out a warship over there. I think don't get me wrong, I want to say the Straits of Hormuz, but I might be wrong. But they sent out a warship to go and protect that their investment, because people have to understand that Iran is an investment for China because that's what China get the predominance of their oil. So they got to try to protect them oil fields from America. So this is just the build up. Right, this is the least of the flock should draw them out, and that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? You can look at that in Jeremiah 49. Let me see. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. In the time of their calamity, and it's talking about the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Seminole Indians. It's talking about us. We're the people, because that's why they're getting bombed right now, because they're not the people. Because if they were the people, they wouldn't be getting bombed. These bombs wouldn't be dropping on them. The Lord wouldn't be letting the Iranians drop bombs. The Persians wouldn't be dropping bombs on Amalek. And that's the war that the Lord has with Amalek forever. Okay? For your perpetual hatred and Salakia. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. Because Jake ain't got a sword. The so-called black man don't have no sword. Only people that got missiles and rocket launchers and all that shit is Esau, Edom, and the heathen nations, right? By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in a time that their iniquity had an end, our sin, right? Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power Yahweh Shema Shah, I will prepare thee unto blood, right? I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, saith thou, Slakia. I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. See if thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So, that's the whole point. That's the purpose. The blood is going to pursue Amalek, because the Lord said he'll have war with Amalek forever. And he's going to rock it like he rocked the city of Damascus. The city of Israel will be rocked. It's going to be, it's going to be catastrophic, which is showing out to be. They're not going to be able to control what the Israelis does. And that, the Amalek is the least of the flock, the fake Jews, the so-called Jews, the Jewish. They've pulled the Persians into this fight, and now they got to go to Joel, the 3rd chapter, and they got to be brought up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. So look, Kolo Yahweh Shema Shai, let these missiles dance on the walls of Jerusalem. Let it come, let the missiles come past Jerusalem and tear it down, because it's gotta be. And Tel Aviv is fucking filthy, man. Tel Aviv is, it's full of wrist breakers, and it's full of filthy sodomites, and it's full of sodomites. Okay, it's Sodom and Gomorrah heavy, So more better for it. It's the time of Yahweh Shema Shai. So keep praying, keep pushing, keep teaching. There's no new covenant yet. The new covenant. You guys go out here teaching that new covenant shit. You're a bunch of lying motherfuckers, man. Because if we was in the new covenant, the war wouldn't be here. The war would have been done and over with, and we wouldn't be going into Matthew the 24th chapter at this very point in time. So so you keep teaching that old fake shit. That's hey, may a missile rock all your fucking heads. So with that said, I'm Yaquan from YSO Yahshua 75 Ones. Shalom and the ball.